Stuck inside these four walls, set inside forever, never seeing no one, nights again, like you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we play our way. So this is an iconic song. This is a tutorial for how to play this song, Band on the Run by Paul McCartney and Wings. So it's a collaboration. So this song contains a lot of chords, just first and foremost. So for those of you who are beginners, I recommend this song because it has such a broad range of different chords that sound difficult, but they're a lot easier to play than you think. And this also includes a little intro, this part. Now that's something that I came up with that sounds most accurate to at least to my knowledge of the actual recording of the song. So I'm not sure exactly how they play it. So you might see it elsewhere and they might show you a completely different way. But this is my way of playing it. So first and foremost, I'm gonna go through the chords. I'm gonna list the chords that you guys need, and then we're gonna get started. So you're gonna need a D chord, a G chord, a D major 7, an A chord, a G minor, an A minor, a C chord, an F major 7, an F chord, and an E minor. So I know that's a lot, but the good thing about this song is that for the most part, they're not quick transitions. They take time to transition from one chord to the next. It's a little slower than your normal typical song. So to start off, we're gonna have the D major 7. So to do that you can do it one of two ways. You can either do your all three fingers. So I'm going to show you the way I play it, and I'm going to show you the alternative way. So you're going to have a muted low E and muted A string, so don't play the top two strings. You're going to have an open D string. Then the way I play it is I like to do a half a bar with my index finger and press down the second fret of the G, B, and high E. So this is what the chord would sound like. So here's a close-up. I'm pressing down. If you can't do it that way, if you don't have that finger strength, but let's say you know how to play an A chord, well, an A chord is just this, right? Now, if you take that A shape and move it down and press those bottom three strings instead, the G, B, and high E of the second fret, the reason I prefer this method is because it leaves my other three fingers free to play another chord in case I need to. So if I want to play, let's say like an A over C sharp or something like that, I could do that. I could extend my hand. But again, it's a preference. That's how I play it. You can play it your way. The next chord we're going to have is a D chord. So a D chord, all that is, you also have a muted low E and A string. You're going to have an open D string. Then you're going to put your index finger on the second fret of the G string. Take your ring finger and put it on the third fret of the B. And take your middle finger and put it on the second fret of the high E. Okay, so we're playing that. Then you have a G chord. So I'm going to run through these quickly. You feel free to pause it. The chord diagrams will be on the screen as the entire time I'm explaining it. I'm going to go fast because there's a lot more chords and I want to make this as quick and sweet as possible. So then, to play the intro, also after you play that D major 7, the stuck inside these four walls. All I'm doing there is I'm putting my index finger and I'm hammering on to the 7th. So I'm gonna put my index finger on the 5th fret of the high E. Then I'm gonna hammer on. A hammer on, all that is, you're not actually plucking the string. So notice that I'm picking once. And the trick is just to do it a little faster than that. So, and let's do 5, hammer on 7th, 5, hammer on 7th, 5, hammer on 7th, and finish plucking only your index on the 5th fret of the high E. Then he says, set inside forever. Set inside forever. 3rd fret to 5th fret. So in the beginning we had 5 to 7, right? 5 hammer 7. Now in the second part, what we do, we're gonna be on the 3rd fret of the high E and hammer onto the 5th. And for those of you who want a little bit of music theory, what I'm actually doing there's a way to play the D chord and the G chord. Now again, this is more of a beginner geared lesson. So for those that are your intermediate advanced will understand what I'm saying. So for those who are beginners, this is a introduction to what my thought process is. So what I'm doing there, the 5-7 and the 3-5, it's just a D chord, a D bar chord. But rather than play the entire bar chord, what I'm doing, I'm just playing what you would call like a D pentatonic scale or something like that. So, and when I'm doing the 3-5, well, it's actually a G chord, a G bar chord. So if I was to strum, if I was to do this, but strumming it in chord fashion, it would sound something like this. Set inside forever. You can do it that way if you want. So if you want to get creative, but that's your preference. So that's the theory about behind how the intro is being played. So we have our D chord, our D major 7, and we have our intro. The next chord is going to be a G chord. Now there's 2 ways to play it. I'm going to show you. You can play the open chord version. Now in this song, I actually play it both ways, so it's just up to you. So to play G chord, the open chord version, you can take your middle finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the low E. Take your index and put it on the 2nd fret of the A. You take your ringing pinky and put it on the 3rd of the B and high E. So for tap purposes, it's going to be 3, 2, open, open, 3, 3. For those of you who need a top view, it looks like this. It sounds like this. You can play it that way, or you can play the bar chord version. I interchange the two. I use both throughout the song. Now, I'm going to show you 2 ways to play the easy bar chord. You can play it this way, if you want to, or you play the shortcut way. Now, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your ringing pinky and put it on the A and D string of the 5th fret. Take your middle finger and put it on the G string of the 4th fret. And take your index finger and put it on either bar the entire 3rd fret, all 6 strings, or you can do half a bar, mini bar, and press down with your index finger on the 3rd fret of the B and high E. It would sound like this. Or the actual way to play it. The difference is you're getting that bass. That's the only difference. So when I'm playing the intro of the beginning parts of the song, I'll do the bar chord version, and then when he starts actually saying that part, then I'll switch to open chords because it fits better with the song. So you have that G chord, right? Then we move on to our A chord. So our A chord is going to be, you're going to have a muted low E string. You're going to have an open A string. And the way I play it, I put my middle ring and pinky on the 2nd fret of the D, G, and B string. Then you have an open low E string, high E string, sorry. That's one way to play it. Here's a top view for those who need it. Now, that's the way I play it. Some people I've seen play it with their index, middle, and ring. I just prefer it playing this way in case I need to bar something or do something else. It's just my preference. It's up to you. And then after that, we have our G minor chord. So there's 2 ways to play it. You're gonna put your ring and pinky finger on the 5th fret of the A and the D. And then I do half a bar. So with your index finger, you're gonna press down on the G, B, and high E of the 3rd fret. You can do it that way. It sounds like that. Looks like this. Or the proper way to play it is to bar the entire 3rd fret and leave your ring and pinky where they are on the 5th fret. You can do it this way. You can do it that way. It's up to you. I personally don't do it for this song because I don't think it's required. Up to you, right? It's a preference. Then we move on to, again, I'm moving quickly because I want to get through this song. There's a lot of chords to get through. Then we have our A minor. So to play the A minor, what you're going to do is you have a muted low E string, an open A string, take your middle and ring finger and put it on the D and G string of the 2nd fret. Take your index finger and put it on the 1st fret of the B string, and then you have an open high E string. So for those of you who need a top view, it looks like this. So my pinky's out of the way, and so it's my first 3 fingers. So then you strum, sounds like this. Then our next chord is going to be a C major chord. So what you're going to do there is you have a muted low E string, put your ring finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the A, take your middle finger and put it on the 2nd fret of the D, and take your index finger and put it on the 1st of the B. Sounds like this. Then we have 3 more chords and we're done with the song. So you have an F chord. In an F chord, what that's going to be is you have your ring and pinky finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the A and the D. Put your middle finger and put it on the 2nd of the G. And take your index finger and put it, there's 2 ways to play. You can either bar the entire 1st fret, sounds like this. Or you can do the mini bar. So keep your middle, ring, and pinky where they are, and put your index finger on the 1st fret of the B and the high E. Now, in the song, they switch between an F chord and F major 7. All an F major 7 is, it's actually easier to play than this F chord that I'm showing you right now. So an F major 7, all that is, you have a muted low E string, a muted A string, put your ring finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the D string. Take your middle finger and put it on the 2nd fret of the G string. And take your index finger and put it on the 1st of the B. And then you have an open high E string. So it sounds like this. And our final chord for this song is going to be an E minor. So in E minor, just an open low E string. Take your middle and index finger, your middle and ring finger, and put it on the 2nd fret of the A and the D. And then the rest of the chord is open. So it looks like this. For the top view, it looks like this. So my index and my pinky aren't doing anything. So you play in all 6 strings. So if we were to go through the song, this is just a review, and now I'm going to put all the chords together so you guys can see what I'm going through. So I'm going to avoid singing the lyrics so that avoid copyright for obvious reasons. So I'm going to start with the D major 7. I'll do it slowly, then I'll pick up the pace. So D major 7. G minor, D chord, G minor, D chord. Now we're going to do the A minor and D chord. So it sounds like this. So the strumming pattern is very important right here. Then as we progress to the song, so when you start saying, if I ever get out of here, thought I'd give it all away, it's just an A minor and a D chord. Then when he starts to transition between the A minor and the D and goes into the next part of the song, when he starts saying, well, the rain exploded with a mighty crash. So right before that, you're going to play a C chord, a D chord, and then eventually you're going to play a C chord and F major 7. So pay attention to the transition. And again, I'm gonna try to put the chords I'm playing as I'm strumming them, so you guys see where you can track the song and perhaps write down or just record or whatever, screenshot, whatever you guys, whatever helps you to get, to remember what chords to play. So right now I'm going to play a C, a D, then I'm going to go to C and F major 7. So it sounds like this. So that part, then we start. Then now the song kicks up. We're saying, "Well, the rain exploded." That part then to be a C chord, an F major 7, an F chord, and back to a C. So it sounds like this. Right before he says "bound the run," you're gonna finish on E minor. So on the word when he says "I hope you're having fun," that part, so it's gonna be F and then E minor. I hope you're having E minor. Been on the That part, right? So when he says "been on the run," that part's gonna be a C chord. A G chord, C chord, E minor, C chord, A minor. So it sounds like this. Been on the run. E minor. Been on the run. And the jailer man and sailor. So that part's gonna be F chord, C chord, F chord, C chord. And when you keep saying "for the band on the run," that part's gonna be C chord, F major 7, back to back to back till you get to that verse. Then the rest of the song is literally the same. Well, the Undertaker, it's the same chord progression. That's literally the entire song, guys. So the only difference is the way it ends. It'll be E minor, G, and C chord. So yeah, guys, that's literally the entire song. I know this tutorial went a lot longer than I wanted it to, but there's so many chords, and I want to show you guys a different form of, a little bit of music theory, where the chords come from, easier ways to play it, alternative ways to play it. So you can, with the ways that I showed you, you don't have to play it the way I'm playing it. Yes, the way I'm playing it is accurate, or the way I feel is most accurate to the song, but again, you can play it your way. You can play the bar chords. You can play all open chords, whatever it is, or you can just put a capo somewhere and just put your own spit and shine on it. So, anyways, guys, this song was one that was requested by multiple people, and I'm glad. Thank you guys for the request first and foremost. If you guys have any future song requests or any tutorials or what have you on guitar, piano, ukulele, whatever it is, then please feel free to drop a comment or and I appreciate any kind of song suggestions, and I take them very seriously, and I'll definitely get to them when I get the chance to. So as always, thank you guys for watching and supporting me. It means a lot to me, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.